Thanks for tuning into another video from the Hungry Takeout. Today we're going to be making Sloppy Joes, but not your average Sloppy Joe. These are going to be Philly Cheesesteak Sloppy Joes. We love Philly Cheesesteaks, we love Sloppy Joes, so we figured we'd combine them together in one dish and show you how it's done. The ingredients for the dish, like everything else we do, are rather simple. You'll need a pound of ground beef, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire sauce, or however the heck you pronounce that. A couple tablespoons of ketchup, 1 cup of diced green bell peppers, 1 cup of diced yellow onions. We've got a heaping cup here. Some salt and pepper, about a half a teaspoon of each, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and 8 ounces of beef broth, 8 ounces of provolone cheese, which we've cut up so that it'll melt nice and easy once we put it in the dish, and then 2 tablespoons of butter, which you'll use to cook up your onions and your bell peppers. Now, in addition to the onions and bell peppers, if you'd like, you can include mushrooms. We're not huge fans of mushrooms in this house, so we leave them out of the dish, but if you do want to include them, that's more than welcome, and you'll need about a cup of those as well. Now that you've got your ingredients, let's start cooking. All right, step 1 is to heat up your skillet. We're going to heat up our iron skillet here on medium-high heat, and we'll give that 3 or so minutes to get nice and hot. We are using an iron skillet. Now, if you don't have one, that's perfectly fine. You can use a regular pan. The reason we like to use the iron skillet is it adds a little extra flavor. It typically heats a lot more evenly than a standard pan. But of course, if you want to use a standard pan or you don't have an iron skillet, the dish will come out just the same, so don't worry about that. Now that our skillet's nice and hot, I'm going to toss on our ground beef. That's the sizzle that you're looking for. I like to use a spatula to chop it up. It's a little bit easier. We'll chop it up and try to get all of it nice and brown. We'll let that cook for a minute or so, and then we'll flip it and we'll start chopping it some more. All right, it's been on there for about a minute. We're going to give it a quick little flip here. Chop it up some more. Now that your beef's nice and cooked, we're going to pull it out. Should have a couple extra bowls placed to the side for this dish. We're going to use a spoon to pull out the beef because we want to leave as much of that fat, all that fat, we want to leave as much of that in the pan as possible. We're going to use that to fry up our onions and our green peppers. Once you've got your couple tablespoons of butter nice and melted, we'll throw in our onions. Then we'll throw in our green peppers. Thank you, baby. Oh, now some of you have probably made this mistake before. That's what happens when you don't pay attention when you're cutting your green bell peppers. Now we're going to let these cook for a handful of minutes until they're translucent. While our onions and peppers are cooking, we're going to mix up our sauce. So 8 ounces of your beef broth, tablespoon of cornstarch. We're going to add this in as soon as those onions and bell peppers are done cooking. We've probably still got another minute or so left here. We're almost ready, almost fully translucent. The smell coming off these green peppers and onions is absolutely fabulous. I bet our neighbors are jealous right now. Our onions and green peppers are ready, so we're going to add our beef back into the pot, or I guess back into the skillet. Give that a quick stir around. And now we're going to add in a little salt and pepper. Little Worcestershire or Worcestershire or Worcestershire. That might have been a little bit on the heavy side, but that's okay. We like Worcestershire. Couple tablespoons of ketchup. Then you want to add in your sauce. Make sure you give that a nice stir. You want that gravy color. And then stir it up. You see it's really liquidy when you initially put it in. It's going to thicken up really fast. See, it's already starting to thicken. That's the consistency you're looking for right before you add in your cheese. So let's go ahead and do that. Once you've got your cheese good and melted, nice and evenly spread, you can start to turn down your heat. Let's give this a few more mixes and then we'll do that on our end over here. Alright, now that that's good and mixed, try and get all that cheese off the spatula. Set this to the side, turn our heat down to low. Actually, we're just going to go ahead and turn it off and let it come to a nice thickness. While that's doing that, we're going to toast up some bread. We're using sourdough hoagies today. These are really, really yummy. Not necessarily the healthiest. We try to stay away from the white bread, but today we decided we would cheat a little, and we're using the hoagies as it makes a Sloppy Joe a little bit less sloppy. So I had my Philly cheesesteak Sloppy Joe on a hoagie roll, and it was delicious, but Nicole had hers on a brioche bun, and frankly, not only does it look better, it tastes better too. We always want to give you the best recommendation, so when you make this recipe, make sure you do it with a brioche bun. Our measure of success is your success in the kitchen, so let us know in the comments how it came out for you. If you enjoyed the video, please share it with your friends. We are a new channel, and don't forget to give us a like so YouTube knows you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we upload a new video. Now I'm gonna go enjoy my seconds. We'll catch you on the next one.